Here we go. It's recording. Okay. Welcome everybody to the call. I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me tonight. My name's Eric Johnson, creator and CEO of Teamzy. And I love talking to Beachbody coaches. So this is going to be fun. You may or may not know that Teamzy was actually built for Beachbody coaches when I was a Beachbody coach. And so near and dear to my heart, excited to talk to you guys. Here's what we're going to do tonight. I'm going to show you how Teamzy works. And if you haven't seen it yet, it's a software application that helps you do all of your business building activities for your Beachbody business in less than an hour a day. Okay. It also helps you kind of know exactly what you need to do, who to do it with, and things like that. It systemizes your relationship building, which is really cool. Does all your tracking, all of that. I'll show that to you. I'll show you how to set it up, and I'll show you how to crush a power hour with Teamzy, okay? But before I jump into that, I want to teach you just a little bit about relationship marketing, which is the system Teamzy is built on. You kind of need to understand the philosophy and the approach that Teamzy takes so that you can really leverage the software. So I'm going to take you guys through that really quick, as fast as I can. It's going to feel like you're sipping water from a fire hose because I'm going to give you a lot of content, but I want to make sure I pack it with value. And then we'll do a Q&A at the end. Sound good? Okay, cool. And I'll keep you guys muted. If you feel the spirit move you, you can unmute and ask a question. But again, we'll do Q&A at the end. Okay. So without further ado, let me jump in here. This is what I want to talk to you about first, which is how to systemize your success with relationship marketing to become a power hour boss. Okay. And if you're not already using Teamzy and feeling this, by the end of this presentation, you're going to be wanting to hashtag yourself Power Hour Boss, because you'll be cranking with this. Okay, so I want to give you a little bit about my backstory. My background is actually business coaching and consulting. I've been a business consultant 16 years, helping people build their business, teaching them how to do it by creating meaningful relationships. I fell into network marketing by accident. It was actually Beachbody. I found Beachbody about 5 years ago, and I lost 60 pounds, and it was life-changing. How many of you guys have had that experience? Yeah, me too. And I was excited about it. People were saying, Eric, what are you doing? I said, I did this Beachbody thing. It's really cool. Check it out. And because of the nature of my business as somebody that was well-known in that industry as a coach, everybody was asking me what I was doing. My wife thinks that I gave away about 400 customers before I became a Beachbody coach, because everyone was asking me what I was doing. So I finally took a minute and looked at the business opportunity. And I have to tell you guys, I was really skeptical about network marketing. How many of you guys were network marketing skeptics? That was me. And I took a look at it. I read through all of the, legal stuff. And I was like, this is actually pretty cool. It's like having a business you don't have to pay for, right? And so I decided I would take a look at maybe doing that on the side. See, the challenge that I was facing, oh, look, here's an old Beachbody post from my days. Look at that. See the difference? Isn't that cool? The picture's a little misleading because I was a baggy shirt, but it's still cool. I mean, it was quite a transformation. Where I was in my life at that time, I had a full-time career. I have 4 kids, trying to be a husband and a dad and take care of everything. I just didn't have any time. I didn't know how anybody could have time to do this business with a full schedule. Can you guys relate to that? And so when I looked at, and I remember there was this little questionnaire that Beachbody provided, and my coach sent it to me and asked me to fill it out. And one of the questions was, how much time per day can you give to your business? And I said, 1 hour. That was all I had. And so when I looked at what I needed to do to make this business work, I thought I could do it in 1 hour if I leveraged that hour and was incredibly efficient with it. So I started looking for some tools that would help me to do that, right? I mean, in other industries, other businesses, there's tools out there. So I started looking for stuff that I could use. And honestly, I couldn't find anything that was based on relationships that had me doing the activities I knew I needed to do in an organized way. So that's kind of how Teamzy came to be. I found some really put together an amazing team and said, let's build this thing. So we built Teamzy for Beachbody coaches. We released it at the very end of 2016. And just to kind of give you guys a little bit of history on the company, we've had more than 80,000 network marketers use Teamzy since then. It's grown like crazy. And we've expanded to 80 different networks, not just Beachbody anymore. But the cool thing is we did build this for Beachbody coaches, which is pretty neat. And to give you an idea of the kind of results people are getting in Teamzy, people who are using it consistently, they're averaging 21 new customers and 9 new recruits over 90 days. Okay, they're averaging 21 new customers and 9 new recruits over 90 days. And so I want you guys to be able to get those kind of results too. All right, so let's dive in and talk about relationship marketing. What is relationship marketing? And you know what's funny is I've been using this term for years and years and years, and suddenly I hear other people using it. And I don't know what people mean by it, because a lot of times they're just talking about selling stuff to your friends, or right? Like I don't really know what they mean. But here's what I want you guys to understand. Relationship marketing, it's a philosophy of doing business that puts relationships and people ahead of sales and products. Okay, it puts relationships and people ahead of sales and products. One of the reasons I was so skeptical about network marketing is because I felt like it was all about pushing sales on people, right? And that goes against my philosophy. I want to put the relationships and people first and have people really feel that on the other end. It's not an abstract feel-good concept. It's a proven system that we follow. Okay, and I'm going to show you some of the steps and how Teamzy is designed to help you follow that system. But we always know what to do next. We always know what to do next with relationship marketing. It's a system that we follow. How many of you would just sign up for just knowing what to do next in your business every day? Totally, right? We need a plan. We need a plan. So again, and the next thing I want to tell you is this: relationship marketing is a lead generation system. It's a lead generation system. That's a system that initiates consumer interest or inquiry into the products or services of a business. It's kind of a dull definition, right? It's a business school definition. But you guys need to understand that you are not just people who market and sell Beachbody workouts and nutritional supplements. You're business owners. And a business owner has to decide which lead generation will my business use, because your business is lead generation. You are in the lead generation business as a business owner. So you can be busy, but not working on your business. If you don't do things that generate new leads for your business, you didn't build your business today. You were just busy, right? Okay, next principle. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. So your job is to find new leads so that you can build relationships with them. It's a totally different approach from what you've seen from most trainers who teach you to build relationships so you can sell. I want you to understand that we want to meet people and build relationships. That's our primary function. And the reason why is because a relationship is worth more than a sale. Yes, we'll get sales and we will get new coaches. But I want you guys to know what our goal is to turn relationships into advocates by investing time and providing outstanding service. We want to turn relationships into advocates by investing time and providing outstanding service. Just really quick on this concept. Have you guys heard the whole go for no concept? Have you guys heard of that? The whole idea that you're just like reaching out and inviting people, and a lot of people are going to say no. And if you just keep going through the no's, you'll get to the yeses. Have you guys heard that before? And then what happens to the people that say no? You just kind of throw them away over your shoulder like a dead body and keep going, right? And then people come back to you and go, I've gone through my warm market. I'm done. Now what? In relationship marketing, we don't have any no's. We don't go for no's. Thinking that more no's is going to get you more yeses is a preposterous concept. All it's going to do is burn you out and make you pissed off at this business and make your friends mad at you. Some of you guys are like, I totally relate to what he's saying. Listen, what we want to do is we want to connect and build relationships with people. Some people are yeses right now. Some people are skeptical like I was, and most of you raised your hand that you were too. What we do to the people who are not ready right now is over time, we're going to make them our advocates. What do I mean by that? I mean, look, there's only 3 options for you if you're somebody who knows me. You're going to join my business, you're going to become my customer, or you're going to be so excited about my mission that you'll start bringing people to my business. Those are my advocates. My advocates might not buy or become coaches, but they will absolutely bring people to me who need my help. Does this make sense? Nobody gets thrown away. There's no waste. We just build relationships, and it builds a business that is so much fun. Okay, so let's keep going. Next principle. Relationship marketing depends on trust. Relationship marketing depends on trust. In other words, if you're a jerk, this ain't going to work. All of these things that are out there in our industry that are disingenuous, that make you feel like icky, right? That are tricky. The whole traditional network marketing bait and switch, where you invite somebody to coffee and then right when the conversation's hot, you pull out the binder, throw the business up. You can't do any of that stuff with relationship marketing. If you violate trust, it's over. It's about building trust. But the cool thing is now you get to build a business that's completely 100% authentic and real and transparent. How many of you would like that? It feels so good, right? Here's the thing though, trust makes the work fun. When people trust you, even just a little bit, you don't have to convince them, you don't have to sell them, you can get right to helping them. Isn't that the business we're in, is helping people? How many of you have had somebody come to you who already trusts you that's just like, I know you can help me, here's what I want to achieve, how do I do it? Aren't those the best people to work with? And you're like, here's what you need, here's everything you need to buy, let's get you in the challenge group and start helping you. Also, trust takes away the ickiness. There's no ickiness. How many of you are paranoid about being seen as the icky salesperson in the business? Well, when you build trust, there's no ickiness. It's just not part of the process, okay? Which is nice. So if you're like me and you fear that, it's all good. And you get to go for yes. You get to go for yes instead of going for no. I want you guys to know that part of what motivated me to build this system out for Beachbody coaches was when I became a diamond coach, they put me in a group of other diamond coaches and with a corporate salesperson. Some of you guys might be in one of those groups, and they just did a go for no challenge. And I was like, I'm not doing that. Are you insane? I'm not doing go for no. I'm going to go hide under my desk until you guys are done. And I was like, there's a better way to do this, guys. Okay, so how do you build trust? How do you do it? There's a lot of things I can teach you on this, but I'm going to give you the basics tonight, right before, and then we'll jump into Teamzy and actually show you how to work this out in the program, okay? There's 4 essential ingredients to building trust. 4 essential ingredients. As you build your business, you need to be conscious of these 4 things 24/7. Because guess what? You are your business. You are your business, right? Here they are. I'm going to break them out quickly and then I'll explain them. Number 1 is chemistry. Chemistry. Number 2 is character. Okay, character. Number 3 is competence. Competence. Number 4 is consistency. You knew I had to get that one in there. Consistency. Chemistry, character, competence, consistency. All right. So let's talk about them. Chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? Okay. Chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? Look, this one's an easy one. Nobody wants to do business with someone they don't like. Right? And most people prefer to do business with a friend. So find out what you have in common. Ask some questions. Listen. You know, we're told to tell our story, and you need to be constantly telling your story, but you need to listen to theirs, right? And find out what you have in common with them. Connect with them. Number 2 is character. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you're relatable. Okay, character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you are relatable. I want you to notice something about this definition. You don't have character. Sorry, you don't have character. Character is something you do. It's an action you take on a daily basis. And when somebody questions our character, don't we get offended by that? I know I do, because I forget. I forget that it's not something I have, that it's something I have to demonstrate. So if somebody's questioning your character, guess what that means? It means that you haven't shown them yet your character, right? Character's rent is due every day. I heard somebody saying that about success. So same thing with character. You gotta think about how you're demonstrating care for others in everything that you do, how you post on social media, how you treat your customers, how you take care of members of your team, how you behave out in the world, how you take care of people who serve you and treat them. How do you guys drive on the highway? Are you maniacs? Do you have a Beachbody sticker on your car and driving like a maniac? These are your character. It's your character. It's your business. People want to do business with someone of character. And the only way they know that is if you are consciously demonstrating it 24/7. Make sense? I know after this call, more people are going to return the shopping carts in the grocery store parking lot now, right? Those little things matter. Okay, number 3 is, hold on, come on, click. There we go, competence. Number 3 is competence. Competence is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and you're a business person. Okay, competence is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and you're a business person. There's 2 pieces to this, right? There's 2 pieces. First, as a customer, can you help me as a coach? Do you know what you're doing? Right? If I'm an 82-year-old man who needs to get my high blood pressure down, are you putting me in Body Beast and telling me to go heavy? Right? Do you know what you're doing? Can you help me as a coach? Are you competent? And this is important, right? Because As you're starting your business, a lot of times people don't believe that you're competent in this area because maybe you were really unhealthy. This was me. I was really unhealthy. And so it took a while before people trusted that I was competent about health and nutrition and fitness. They had to watch my journey. Does this make sense? And the second piece is, do I want to join your team? Do I feel like you could actually mentor me to be successful in this business? Do I feel like you are a business person? You understand this business? These are important things for you to demonstrate. Okay. Now, if you're new or new-ish, we'll call that the same thing. And maybe you're not as competent as the leaders on your team. What I don't want you to think that you should do is pretend you are. Don't fake it. Do not fake it. Okay. Do not fake it, because people can see through that. And again, this is all about trust. When you're new and you don't have the competence, your goal is to get it, right? Learn, immerse yourself, but lean into the competence of your team. You need to tell the story of your team, how incredible they are, how competent they are, how competent your leaders are, how knowledgeable they are. Tell their story if you don't have yours yet. People need to know that they can join you and be joining a winning team. Does this make sense? Okay, so competence is important. So you got to start demonstrating that. When you're on the journey to fitness, start demonstrating things that you're learning as you go. People will be excited about joining that journey with you. Chemistry, character, competence, the first three ways that we build trust with people. There's a principle behind these, and it's this. If someone wants to do business with you, they really only care about these three things. Can I trust you? Do you care about me? Are you good at what you do? Can I trust you? Do you care about me? Are you good at what you do? Here's what I have to tell you guys. When people trust you, you don't get objections. Have you noticed that? There's no objections. So when you get objections, that's fine. Overcome the objections, educate people, but understand you need to work on that relationship. That's why you're going to have Teamzy. It's going to help you work on that relationship over time and build trust. When somebody gets to the point where they say yes to all three of these in their heart, you have created an advocate. And that person will start bringing people to your business. They can't help themselves. It's like a virus that affects people with excitement. Have you guys ever felt that way about companies before? Totally. Number 4 is consistency. Consistency. Hello, I'm talking to Beachbody coaches. You guys get this, right? You understand. Nobody's going to trust you if you're not consistent, right? Don't just tell me, show me. You got to be consistent. This is so huge. And we have to be consistent in everything. Product to the product. You have to be consistent about the activities that build your business, right? Connecting with people. We'll talk about that in a second. I love this principle. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. How many of you have been told that you're an inspiration? Somebody feels that way about you. Crazy, isn't it? Isn't that humbling? What do you think it is about you that's inspiring them? I bet it's your consistency. I bet they see you doing hard things that you never did before, right? Things that you never did before. And now you're consistent. You're working out. You're taking care of yourself. You're helping other people. It's inspiring people. This is where inspiration comes from. The fact that they respect it and want to be around it. And you know what else? When you're consistent, it builds trust, which helps you build your business, but it attracts people to your business because of this principle. They want to be near it. They want to be part of it. They want to have some of that in their lives. Make sense? Consistency is so powerful. Okay, so let's just talk about this real quick. How many of you consistently, you drink your Shakeology every day? Let me see those hands. That should be an easy one, right? I should get everyone's hands on that one. How many of you are consistent about doing your workouts? That's the thing that I miss the most about being a Beachbody coach. I was so good about doing my workout every day when I had to post that selfie afterwards and things like that. How many of you are really good about posting on social media regularly, sharing your story, sharing your journey? Good. So you guys are consistent at some important things. Here's the real checkup from the neck up. Are you as consistent with your relationships? Are you as consistent about staying in touch with people as you are about posting on social, doing your Shakeology, doing your workouts? See, this is important, you guys, because relationship building is a contact sport. If you want to build relationships, you need to be in regular contact with people. In fact, if I were to come in and be a consultant for your business, I would tell you, hey, we need you to be in regular contact with every single person you know. That's how you're going to build this business huge. And you're going to say, oh my gosh, I don't have time for that. That's why we built Teamzy. Don't worry. It makes it easy. Okay. But that's what we need to do. Here's the principle. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Now, just really quick on this, then we'll jump into Teamzy. I know I've taken some time here going through this. Has this been helpful, though, some of these principles? Okay, just really fast, guys. If you can turn your camera on, turn it on so I can see your faces. How many of you have ever received a really great letter or card from somebody that you care about that had a handwritten message in it? The kind of message that when you read that, it just, oh man, it just got you in the heart. Do you guys, how many of you guys like get the whole teary-eyed thing going when you get a good card? That's me. My wife says I'm a total baby. She's like, thanks, honey, nice card. And I'm like, this is so great, thank you, right? How many of you guys have a spouse or significant other that's the baby in the relationship? That's the big sensitive one. That's us. So you get that card and it's amazing, right? And after you've read it and it's had that emotional impact on you, how many of you guys throw those in the trash? You guys save them somewhere? You have like a pile somewhere of cards that you've saved? We all do that, don't we? I mean, even with the whole Marie Kondo spark joy and throw everything away thing, we still keep those. I think it's amazing. Most people that I've talked to do have a pile of cards and letters that they've saved. In fact, when we pass away, often that's what's most treasured by our family, right? Are the cards and letters. Some of you may have something like that that belonged to somebody you loved who's no longer with us. It has like a lasting impact. It's amazing. Okay, here's another example. How many of you have ever received one of these? This is a happy birthday postcard. It's a nice little card I got from, this one's from my life insurance salesperson. Do you guys have life insurance? Do they send you happy birthday cards? Maybe you should talk to my guy. Isn't that a nice service? Is this nice to get? Maybe the dentist. My dog used to get one of these from the vet. Happy birthday. Renew her shots, please, type thing. Do you save this? Does this go in a special place when you get one of these postcards? How many of you guys have saved these? No? None of you have one of these postcards as a bookmark in your Bible as your most favorite thing? No? These go in the trash, don't they? What's the difference? It's a happy birthday card. I'm just using this to illustrate the point, you guys. If you want to deepen a relationship, you have to connect with someone and invest time. Those are the two things. This has no value because it required no time invested. It's a bulk mailing, right? And it's not a personal connection. It's bulk. It's not to me. It's to everyone on his list that has a birthday in this month, right? This is what everybody tries to do in marketing, is they try to pretend like they're connecting with people, but we see the difference. We don't value it. We throw it in the trash. Does it make sense? The whole automate your marketing thing. This is what automated marketing feels like. You want to deepen relationships, which is how our business is built. You need to invest time and connect personally. Now, do you need to handwrite letters and cards to everybody? No, but you should do that whenever you can think of a reason to, because people will keep it forever. But what I'm saying is messaging somebody one-on-one personally, taking 2 seconds to do that, whether it's through Instagram or Facebook or sending somebody a text message, as opposed to just commenting on their feed or something. Taking that time to connect personally is something that's not done, and it's incredibly impactful on people. And it's enough just to make somebody's day. And that's where I want you to live. See, one of the things that we build our business on, especially with Teamzy, is this concept of the make someone's day mindset. I want you just to live, not in the, I'm going to recruit coaches today, or I'm going to make sales today, or I'm going to get people signed up for my challenge group today, but I'm going to go out and make people's day today. Okay. And so what we're going to do, and I'm going to show you this in a second, we're going to connect with people. We're going to make their day. And that's going to create conversations that give us opportunities to invite. Does that make sense? But it does it in a way that's not alienating people and making them cross the street to avoid the annoying Beachbody girl. Make sense? Okay. Here we go. Let's get in here. I think I got one more little slide and then we're going to jump into Teamzy. So make sure you get that principle down. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Okay, so here's the thing. It's all good, but you need a system. You have to have a system to this, or you'll lose control of it quickly. You need a way to stay in contact with all of your relationships. Know when you're going to contact them. So I don't want you spending 6 hours of planning every day. Just something that you turn on and go, which is what Teamzy is. Know what you're going to say so you don't stare at the screen all day trying to think of, oh my gosh, what do I say to this person? Just have some things at your fingertips that you can start conversations with, and make sure nobody falls through the cracks. This is the biggest problem in our business, is that the leads we generate fall through the cracks. Okay, let's jump over to Teamzy and let's show you how this works. First off, how many of you guys are using Teamzy already? Do we have some already on here using Teamzy? Couple. Okay, so if you're not using Teamzy, you can go to teamzy.com and you can get a free trial for 30 days. Okay, it's free for 30 days. We don't ask for your credit card or anything. It's completely free for 30 days. So what we want you to do is go use it for 30 days. Do what I'm going to show you right now. You should hit Success Club this month and then subscribe to Teamzy because you're in love with it, not for any other reason. Sound good? Okay. Here we go. Where is this? Google Chrome. Here we go. So once you log into your free trial of Teamzy, it's going to take you into the setup wizard, which just helps you set up Teamzy super easy. Okay, so this is the first page of the setup wizard that you're looking at right here. And we're going to go through this real quickly together. Okay, so what we're going to do first is set an income goal. How much would you like to be earning a year from now? Okay, so whatever your number is, you're going to put it in. So mine was 150,000 when I started my business because that was my salary. I wanted to replace it. So whatever you put in here, as you slide this, you can see it changes your daily activity numbers. See, Teamzy knows exactly what you need to do daily to hit the goal that you set. So at 150, I need to connect with 9 prospects every day, 6 customers, and 4 coaches. Make sense? And these 4 coaches, this is my team, just connecting with them. Okay, so if your goal was 100 or 85, it would be 5, 3, and 2. Okay, so I'm going to leave it where it was, 150, because that's what I'm used to. By the way, if you already are a 6-figure earner in Beachbody, what you would put here is the difference, how much you want to grow by. Okay? All right. So once we set that up, once I actually, say those are my goals, Teamzy now in the background has set up my dashboard configured to my daily goal. The next thing we're going to do is get all your contacts into Teamzy. So you can get in here and you get some instructions to get everything from the coach office in. So you're going to get your team in first, then you're going to get your customer list imported into Teamzy. Then you can get your Facebook friends into Teamzy. You can get your Instagram leads into Teamzy. Basically, all your contacts need to be in Teamzy, one place organized. So you're not looking through your phone or looking for pads of paper or sticky notes with people's contact info. It'll all be in one place in your CRM organized. Does this make sense? And the cool thing is Teamzy lives in the cloud, which means you always have access to it. It's in your phone, it's in your computer, it's in your mom's phone. Okay, you always have access to it. Unless your mom has a flip phone or something, then you might not be able to get to it. Okay, so now we're ready to go. Here's our Teamzy dashboard. Okay, you can see we've got everything in there. I'll give you a quick tour of this dashboard. We're going to do one more setup thing, and then I'll show you how to do a power hour. So really quick, when you come in here, then this is the view on your computer. On your phone, it'll look a little different. But you see right here where it says today's activities. Those are my goals for today. I want to connect with 9 prospects, 6 customers, and 4 coaches. Again, that's based on my goal. Yours might be different than that. You can see I've done nothing, so I've got zeros so far. That's like my scoreboard. And then my goal is to invite 3 people and to add 3 people to my Teamzy list today. Okay, I added Cassie, so I have one ad done, which is cool. Okay, here are my dailies. These are things I need to do every day to be successful, right? Did I post on social? Did I do my personal development work? Did I drink my Shakeology? Did I do my workout? You check those off as you go. It's going to bother you. Oh, I didn't get my workout in, and then you're doing Teamzy and you're annoyed. What are you going to probably do? Go squeeze one in, right? So you can check that off. Some of you will. You can also add things to this too if you want, but those 4 you got to have. Okay. And then down here is the power hour. This is where we do our work. It's designed to make you super efficient so you can get it done in an hour. Teamzy tells you who to connect with today. So I've got my 4 lists on the left: prospects, customers, coaches, and follow-ups. Each list gives me 5 names at a time. That's to keep me focused and to keep me from getting overwhelmed. On the right-hand side is where I log the activity as I go, so I don't have to come back and track later. Okay, pretty cool, right? Now we're going to get started, but there's one more little step I want to show you before I jump in here. And that is, notice how everybody has a number next to their name? I'm going to toggle over to the team page. The team page is where your full list lives, where everybody is. See, look, everybody's here. And I want you to notice that people have next to their name this little star rating. So we rate our relationships on a 5-star scale. How many of you guys are familiar with the 5-star scale? We use it for everything, don't we? You guys get this. Don't feel bad about rating a person 3 stars because you're not rating the person. You're rating your relationship with them. Okay? So you're not saying that's a 3-star person. You're just saying that's a 3-star relationship. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on rank mode, which lets me rank the whole list. So you see, I can go down my list and I can change people's ranks just by clicking on it. See how easy it is to change it? You can always change an individual's rank too from the drop down next to their name. Anywhere in Teamzy, you can always change their rank. But I want to rank my whole list one time when I'm setting up Teamzy so that Teamzy can intelligently create my daily connect list. See, once you've set this up, you guys, you never have to plan or think ever. People will just be, you'll just be given your list. These are the people to reach out to today. You don't have to think, and nobody will fall through the cracks. Everybody will be brought to you. The thing is that we have to rank people because it's important that we go first to our best relationships and we talk to them more often. See, not everybody's equal, not your relationships. And some people trust you more. They're more likely to be customers or coaches sooner. Does this make sense? So what we're going to do is, let me just explain to you what these ranks mean really quick. A 5-star, that's somebody most likely to become a customer or coach. These are the rock stars on your team, your favorite customers. 5-star people are your best friends, your closest family. Those are your 5-star relationships. They're going to come up on Teamzy first, and they show back up every 30 days. Every 30 days, you don't have to set a follow-up or anything. They just come back, and you get a reminder, hey, reach out to this person and make their day. Okay? 4-star people are people that are likely to become a customer or a coach with a little bit of nurturing. Or maybe they're on your team. Maybe they're customers that are just solid, good performers. These are your friends and family, just not your closest circle. 4-star people show up every 60 days. Every 60 days. Okay. 3-star people could go either way, and they show up every 90 days. This makes sense? The more stars, the more often they show up. 2 stars are getting colder. They show up every 120 days. Now, just so you know, most people, your list will be about 90% of your list will be 3 stars. You have no idea how they're going to go until you start connecting with them. Does this make sense? So when you bring your people into Teamzy, they're going to show up as 3 stars automatically. So you only actually have to rank 10% of your list. So you're going to come down the list and just look for your favorite people and cherry pick those and be like, oh my gosh, I love Abigail. I'm going to rank her up to 4. Okay? So you just want to cherry pick those people, and you do that one time. You can consistently revise it after that, but one time so that Teamzy can go to work for you and create your list. So now we're ready to come in every day and just do our power hour. Okay? We've set it up. I don't ever have to think or plan. Who am I going to connect with today? I don't have to think about it. Just think of it like this. You wake up. Great. You log into Teamzy. Boom. I'm ready to work already. I don't have to think. First person on my up next list. So let's do our power hour. You start from left to right for a power hour. You guys ready? First person on my list is Cassie. I'm going to send her a message. My goal is just to say hello and make her day. That's it. What the heck do I say? And so when we first released this to Beachbody coaches at the end of 2016, one of the feedback was, we don't know what to say. So we created a scripts library for you with great icebreakers and relational scripts that just help you get started. So look, what I'm gonna do with Cassie is I'm gonna go over here to scripts and just grab a script and send it to her. I'll get one for Facebook, so I'm gonna message her on Facebook. Look, here's the first one on the list, Connect One. Here's how it reads. It says, hi, Jane, just stopping by to say hello. How are you? I hope your day is awesome. Super simple, okay? I'm gonna copy that script, and I'm just going to paste it in here so that I can edit it. Obviously, her name's not Jane, so I need to change that. That's just like a placeholder, right? So now I've got the name right. If you want to change any of these words, you can to make it sound more like you. If it doesn't sound like you, I'm going to put some emoticons in here just to kind of personalize it a little bit. A couple of emoticons. Now I've got the message just the way I want it. It took me just a few seconds. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this and send it in Facebook because that's how I'm going to message her. So I'm just going to look her up. It takes me a second. There she is. Send. Don't overthink it. Don't stand there and look at it and go, do I need to change this? It's better just to send the message. Okay, so look, now I'm going to log this in Teamzy. See where it says log connect, the big blue button? Now it's logged. Guess what? I've sent her a message. You can see on my dashboard, I've got 1 done, 8 left, and that little circle starting to turn blue. I don't need to think about her again. I don't need to set a follow-up because she's going to come back. She was 5 stars. She's going to come back in 30 days. If she responds, we'll have a conversation. If she doesn't matter. I'll talk to her again in 30 days. Jay's the next person on my list. I'm going to just use that same script. It's already on my clipboard. Just paste it in, change the name. Keep the emoticons. There's no reason to redo the script every single time if you're just reaching out to say hello to make somebody's day. So what I'll do is I'll just send this one to Jay. Do you guys see how quick this is? It's super quick on your phone too. It might even be faster on your phone because you can toggle through apps easier. But look, there it is. Send the message. Okay. 2 done. Do you see how I can do 9 of these pretty quick? Logged. 2 done, 7 left. See that circle filling in? So as I go down my list, that blue circle will fill in until you get to your goal, whatever it is. My goal was 9. When I get 9 done, that'll be all the way filled in and I'll know I'm done with connecting with prospects today. So what I'll do is I'll just go to the next list, which is connecting with my customers. Okay. Whoever's up next, Meredith's the next customer that's up. Great. I'll do the same thing. I'm going to just go to scripts and get a customer script. Again, unless you're really good at connecting, just use these scripts. Here's something great. Look here. Jane, you're doing so great. I'm proud of you. Congratulations on. Do you have reasons to congratulate your customers? All the time, right? Or how about this one? Hi, John. How are your workouts coming along? Are you drinking your water and shakes? Please send me an update. Let me know I could be of help. Super simple, right? Just checking in with your customers. Look, let me just use this one as an example. So for Meredith, I'm going to send her this one. Hey, Meredith. How are your workouts coming along? Okay, great. Ready to go. I'm going to go send that to her. I'll message that to her and I'll log it in Teamzy. Okay, just checking in with customers. Next person, message them, message them, message them. How many of you feel like you wish you were better at staying in touch with your customers? Do you see how this could make it really easy? I want you guys to understand something. You don't need to message your customers something salesy to be a good salesperson. You just need to be in touch on a regular basis. You need to be present. Think about the last time you went out to dinner and you had excellent service. Usually that involved the server being present, just being around when you need them. Did you notice that? And what happens? What happens when you go out to dinner is the same thing that happens in your business. When you're in regular contact with your customers, they order more product from you and they will retain longer. Okay? When you're in regular contact with your customers, they order more product and they retain longer. How many of you have customers who've canceled? Anybody have canceled customers? Treat them as if they never canceled. Stay in touch with them. Beachbody customers come and go constantly. Why? Because people lose motivation. They fall off the wagon. They need you. Every single person, look, what I found was if somebody did a challenge group with me and then canceled their Shakeology and kind of disappeared, within 6 months, I'd have them in another challenge group. They'd be a new customer, a new subscription. Does this make sense? You just stay in touch. How's it going? How's everything going? Are you still doing your workouts? Are you drinking your water? Just ignore the fact that they're not getting Shakeology this month. And then what will happen is you'll be there and they will order more. They will retain longer. The other thing is this. How many of you have at least one customer that you love, you're excited for, they're getting great results? Would you like more people like that in your business? Where do you find those people? Do you guys know where to go find those people? The best place to get a great new customer is from a current great customer. Okay, now think about it. Those people that you thought of, I saw Jenna and Kim put their hands up really fast. You guys probably thought of somebody specific. That person is excited and they're talking about Beachbody with their friends. Guarantee it. That's what people do when they're excited. They talk about it. That's why I was a coach. How many of you, that's why you became a coach? They're talking about it with their friends already. Now, maybe like me, they're just sending people to beachbody.com because they don't understand the process. Is that possible? Here's the thing, you guys. 86% of people make their buying decisions based on a friend's recommendation. So your friends, your customers talking to their friends about Beachbody. The question is, are you getting introduced to those people? And if not, it starts with just being in touch with them, being in regular contact with them so that you can just ask them, hey, you're getting great results, Jenna. And I'm sure you've told friends about what you're doing. Before I get too busy this month, is there anybody you care about that I need to get information to so I can make sure I give them the help they need this month? Oh, you were talking to your friend Kim? Perfect. Would you mind introducing me to Kim? Whatever's easiest, just via text message or a group chat on Facebook, and I'll get her some more info on the next challenge group. Get them to introduce you. Another training, that's a whole other training I don't have time for, but here's the thing, guys. Don't ask people to give you referrals. Ask them to introduce you to their friends so you can help them. Okay? Make sense? So you got to be in touch with customers. Being in touch with customers is as important as prospecting. It is as important as prospecting, you guys. Okay? Lastly, not lastly, but the next one we're going to do is our coaches. We're going to stay in touch with our team. Same way, just sending them a little message, intentionally working on the relationship with people on your team. As the team grows, it gets harder and harder to have a relationship with your team. You will find a lot of superstar diamond coaches don't have relationships with most of their team, which is sad. That's why we built Teamzy and named it Teamzy, because people really connect to you as the leader, and you want to be able to send them a text a few times a year, letting them know you're proud of them, letting them know you're here for them. It will make all the difference, right? And so you put them in Teamzy, it makes it easy to manage. So the first half of your power hour is you message prospects, then customers, then coaches. You do it every day based on your goals. If you've got 2 coaches on your team, you're not going to focus on messaging coaches, right? You're going to be focused on the other end, on prospecting for now. But you get the idea. You're sending these messages out. Now, 2 little pro tips on this. If people respond to you while you're in the middle of messaging, don't like run off and have the conversation. Get all your outgoing messages done so you don't get distracted. Okay. And then you can have those conversations. The other thing I want you to keep in mind is that about half the people probably won't respond. And so don't worry about them. Don't worry about them. Don't wonder about them. Don't follow up with them because they're in Teamzy. They're going to come back automatically. Just message them next time they come back. If you're doing this consistently, you'll have so many conversations going from the ones who respond. You don't have time to worry about them. Does this make sense? Okay. Now let's talk about the next list, which is follow-ups. You can see there's nobody there because the follow-ups list is where we put people after we've invited them. Okay. And so you have to put people there. So let me just give you an example. I'm messaging Cassie. We're catching up. She's like, oh, great to hear from you, Eric, And so I'm trying to have a conversation with her, give me an update. What would you guys do this summer? How's everything going? Trying to get a conversation going. And I'm listening to her, everything that she's telling me and hoping I can find a way to help her, right? Of course. And she's giving me her update. I'm going to give her my update on my family, what we've been up to this summer. And then, I'm going to ask her how's work. She's going to ask me how's work with you. And I'm going to say, oh my gosh, did you know that I do Beachbody now? It's the bomb, right? I don't know if you know my story, but I lost 60 pounds and it just made me so excited for life that I started helping other people do the same. And it's been the most incredible thing. Wow, that's really cool for you. That's great. And then, just ask her, would you like to learn more about what we're doing? Would you like to learn more about my next challenge group? Would you like to learn more about Beachbody? Or do you have any interest in learning more about it? You just got to ask people, are they interested? And you'll know based on the conversation how interested they are. Does this make sense? And if she says, yeah, sure. Yeah, I'd like to learn more about your next group. I need to do something like that. Perfect. Now I'm going to invite her to my challenge group and put her on my follow-ups list. So let me show you how I do it. So notice she's not there anymore. So I have to look her up in the lookup bar at the top of the page. That helps me find anybody. There she is. Okay. This is her full contact record where I keep all of my notes on her and everything. And I have all of our conversations logged, everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open that connect box and see right in the bottom left where it says invite. So this is how I log an invite. I'm going to click on that. And what kind of invite is it? In this case, it's an invite to a challenge group. Great. So I'm going to invite her to my challenge group. And now I'm going to set up a follow-up. So I'm going to set a follow-up. So I'm talking to her. Let's say I'm talking to her today and I'm sending her the information. I'm going to follow up with her tomorrow. I'll say, hey, you know what? I'm going to send you that information. I'll follow up tomorrow. See if you have any questions. So let me set the follow-up for tomorrow. So once you set a follow-up, she's now moved off my prospects list and she's on my follow-ups list. Does this make sense? And so I'm going to put in here just a little note about what I invited her to. Let's say it's the October challenge group. Okay. So let me log that connect. So that's logged. Now notice if I go to my dashboard, one thing is it logged an invite. That's cool, right? And when I go to my follow-ups list, there she is. She's due for tomorrow. So as I'm inviting people, I put them on my follow-ups list. See, my prospects list, my customers list, my coaches list, I'm just building relationships. I'm just making people's day. I'm having great conversations. My follow-ups list are the people that I've identified as interested. Now I'm inviting them. That's my list of leads, the people I'm really working as a professional to get into my business. Make sense? All right, so tomorrow when I do my power hour, I do the same thing I showed you. I connect with prospects, whoever's up next. I connect with my customers, whoever's up next. I connect with my coaches, whoever's up next. And then I go to my follow-ups list and see who's due. Cassie will be due, and I need to send her a follow-up. Here's how we do it. Again, the same way. I'll go to scripts. I put follow-up scripts in here for you. You don't have to think. Honestly, there's 10 of them in here numbered in order. So look, follow-up 1, here it is. Here's how it reads. It says, hi, Jane, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Great, right? So we're going to send her that. Here's my follow-up. I'm just about to the end, and we'll do some questions. All right, so here we go. Let me actually put the right name in here real quick. The reason why I paste it in Teamzy first and not straight to Facebook is so that I can make sure I have the right name before I send it. I've done it. How many of you have done that? Yeah, I've done it too. It's okay. Your arms and legs don't fall off when that happens. You just laugh about it and go on. Here she is. I'm going to send her this follow-up message. Okay. Send. So I've sent my follow-up. Now what I'm going to do when I log this is I set a new follow-up. Let's say I'll follow up now in 2 days. So I'm setting myself a new follow-up, and I can leave myself a note. I'm going to send her follow-up number 2 in 2 days. Great. So now I'm logging that connect. Always set the next follow-up so she stays on your follow-ups list. Okay, so your power hour looks like this, guys. Connect with prospects, connect with customers, connect with coaches based on your goal, then do your follow-ups. That's your power hour. Okay, now, real quick on this. The follow-up is where the business is built. And this is where most people mess this up. Okay, everybody loves connects. Oh, it's so great. I'm starting conversations. People love hearing from me. Yeah, that's fun. But the follow-ups is what actually builds your business. 80% of sales occur between the 7th and 10th follow-up. Have you guys heard that statistic? 80% of sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. So in other words, if you want to actually convert all these people you're working hard to invite, you need to be prepared to follow up 10 times. Everyone's looking at me like a lead balloon just floated by, right? Here's the thing, and I understand that. I was the same way. You guys remember, I'm the wimp that didn't want to go for no with people. I hate the idea of being rejected or being annoying. How many of you are worried about being annoying? Okay, so if you bear with me, I know we're going kind of over your usual amount of time. I'm going to teach you guys how to do it without being annoying. People will love you for following up. Are you guys in for that? I'll teach you really quick. But first, I need to reframe your thinking. How many of you are coaches because you honestly want to help people and you believe you can help change lives? Well, that's everybody. Cool. And yet, the thing that's keeping you from doing that is actually not following up enough. So let me tell you the statistic a different way. 80% of the people you could help, you won't help unless you follow up more. All right, kind of hits you between the eyes that way, isn't it? Here's what I want you guys to understand. Following up is an act of love. Following up is an act of love. You need to write that down. You need to put it in front of you. You need to reprogram your brain to understand that following up is an act of love. Telling somebody you're going to help them and then following up till they get that help, it proves that you love them. When you give up on them after 3 or 4 follow-ups, you've told them you don't care about them. That's what they take away from that. Right? Okay, so here's the good news. I'm going to teach you how to follow up so people will love it. Okay? Again, the follow-ups are already in Teamzy. So if you're falling asleep now and you don't get this part, just use the follow-ups in Teamzy and do them in order and you're fine. They work. Okay? But here's how to do it. 80% of people won't even respond for the first 5 or 6 follow-ups. There will be no response. Have you guys had somebody super interested and then you get nothing but crickets back and you're so confused by it? Isn't it confusing? I just want you to know this is how people are wired. Only about 20% of people will respond the first few times and get started. Those are the ones you already have. Most people won't. They don't even respond at all. Crickets. And then what happens is you follow up a few times and you get nothing back. And then you start creating stories in your mind to justify the fact they're not responding. Have you guys done that? It's probably been on team calls, right? Hey, Eric, how about that new person that you had that was so excited that you talked about last week on the team call? You know what? I don't know what's going on. I think I saw on Facebook that they had a car accident. That's probably it. Or, I heard that her husband's a real jerk. Real tightwad with money. That's probably the issue. Maybe it's a money issue. Is this true? We create stories. So just understand statistically, not just Beachbody, across all sales, it's between 8 to 10 that most people will respond. And so you got to just keep going. Okay. Now here's how to do it so you're not annoying. 2 principles. Number 1, don't ask them to do anything. Don't ask them to do anything. Don't ask them to call you, text you, respond, RSVP, finish the purchase in the cart. Don't ask them to do anything. Okay, that's the first key. Don't ask them to do anything because that's annoying when they have to do homework. Number 2, just think about it for a second. Just think about if I called you on your phone and left you a voicemail that said, please call me back. I need to talk to you. Is that kind of an annoying thing when it happens? Yeah, so just think that's the emotion, right? When we ask them to do something. So don't do that. Number 2, your follow-up, they have to be able to read your follow-up. They have to be able to read it because we can scan a couple sentences in a second. And that's all they want. That's all they have. So no voice messages, no video messages. They just got to be like texted or messaged on a direct message platform. And it needs to be short. Okay, so they have to be able to read it. It has to be short enough they can read the whole thing without opening it. How many of you don't open messages when you're not ready to respond to them right now? And it isn't annoying if it's long and you can't see the whole thing without opening it, because you're not going to open it. There's no way I'm going to open it because I can't respond right now. I'm busy. My kids are being nuts. Whatever. I'm driving. There's always a reason. Isn't there always a reason why you don't want to open a message right now? So just make it easy on them. They're not going to open your messages. They're not going to respond to your messages. But if you follow those rules, they will always get them. They will always see them. And every time they see your message for 1 or 2 seconds, they will feel the hope and excitement again that they felt when they talked to you. And then their life takes over. So you stay present with them with these little reminders. Hey, I'm here when you're ready. I'm excited about the goals that we talked about a couple weeks ago. Don't worry if you miss, just these are all in Teamzy. You can use them. You're just going to stay present. And then it's like, you're just there. You're there with them. You're there with them. And then something magical happens around the 6th or 7th follow-up. Usually you get a response, and it might be 2 months down the road, right? Since they were excited. And you get this response that says, I'm so sorry I haven't responded to your messages. Thank you so much for staying in touch. And it's genuine and sincere. You guys will experience this. But I want you to understand, don't give up on people. You follow this Teamzy system. It works unbelievably well. Connect with people. Have a great time talking to them. Have great conversations. When you find they're a little interested, invite them. Put them on that follow-ups list and follow up. Some people will take a long time on that list. Some people will take a short time. But if every day you're doing your power hour and you're just connecting with whoever's due on your follow-ups, every month you'll be closing people. I honestly don't believe, I don't believe anybody who says they're using Teamzy success consistently who's not a Success Club all-star. There's no way you can do this consistently and not get Success Club every month. But you just got to do it consistently. Does this make sense? Would you guys believe somebody if they said they were on Ultimate Portion Fix and doing the workouts with proper form 5 days a week for a year and didn't get any results? Would you believe them? Of course not. It's a system that you follow that works, right? This is too. See, that's what you need to do. You just get in there, you do your power hour, you do your connections, and you're done for the day. You're done. You go back to your life, to your kids, and everything else that's going on. Make sense? Okay, one last thing I'll show you. How am I doing on time? We should probably go to questions. Let me give you guys some action steps real quick, and then we'll go to questions. Let's see here. Here's your action steps. First off, go to teamzy.com, get your 30-day free trial started. Again, it's free. We don't ask for payment information or anything. You don't even have to give us your real name. I mean, if you're paranoid, get in there and use it for 30 days. Have a great time with it. Do what I showed you. Okay. If you're already in a free trial, set up your subscription so that after the 30 days, it doesn't shut off. You have access to keep going. The ongoing subscription at Teamzy after your 30 days free, it's $29.99 a month. So if you can get one Shakeology subscription out of using Teamzy for a month, you've paid for it, right? It's pretty crazy. That's why we priced it at that, by the way, too, because we know you could get at least one sale. Oh, what did I hit? I hit something weird. Hold on a second. I touched on something crazy. Where did it go? Huh. Oh, I think Keynote crashed. There it is. That's so weird. It's gone. There it is. Nope. Hold on, let me try this again, you guys. I think this is my first time. Here we go. Action steps. There we go. Number 2, get a 30-day success partner to do the free trial with you. Okay, get a 30-day success partner to do the free trial with you. Look, you guys are all excited right now about getting your free trial, but then you'll end up not doing anything with it. So get somebody, say, hey, let's do this together. We'll hold each other accountable. Here's my goals. What are your goals for the month? Great. And then when you finish your activities for the day, take a screenshot, send it over to your partner. You can have more than one partner too. It's even better in groups. Send it to them. It'll motivate them to do more. You guys will all have awesome months that way with a little bit of accountability, right? And it'll give you a taste. It's really, really to be successful in this business, you need a team of accountability partners ongoing as well. And then last action step I'll give you is a special challenge. It's my 5-day challenge. So here's what I challenge you guys to do. Use Teamzy for 5 days in a row. Okay? And over that time, connect with 100 people. That's an average of 20 a day, which is kind of the number I demonstrated today. If you do that 5-day challenge, it's going to blow your mind. You're going to get so many people responding to you. You might be a little overwhelmed with the amount of conversations you're having, but it's going to change your way of thinking about connecting with people in this business. It's going to change your ability to make excuses about not being able to get things going in your business too. I want you to experience how in 5 days you can just blow up your inbox. And that's a good thing. Make sense? How many of you guys are in for the 5-day challenge? Let me see your hands. Cool. Experience it. You guys can message me and tell me how it goes. Now, before I go to questions, let me just give you one little tip that I think will save your life on this. When you start doing Teamzy Power Hours, you're going to get a lot of responses. And you could be at your phone all day long doing messaging. So what I found really helped me was I did my power hour in the morning, and then I had a couple of blocks during the day where I did my responses. I did 30 minutes in my lunch break because I had a job at the time. And then I did 30 minutes after dinner in the evening. And so it was so hard, trust me, when the messages are coming in to not jump on them. But I found it kept me sane. And then I would have that time and I would do nothing else but respond to messages. And they were all there unread. And I would just go down my list and respond to messages. And then again in the evening, go down with message. Make sense? And so that's one tip that may help you so that you're not working all day long on the messages that you create. So hopefully that helps. All right. So I know we've been going. I told you it was going to get fire hose tonight, right? Do you guys feel like you drank out of a fire hose tonight? I wanted to give you as much as I could. So let's take any questions. If you have any, feel free, just unmute and ask away. I haven't looked at the chat, so I'll take a look, but just go ahead and ask again.
I'll go. I wanted to clarify that if they're in prospects, they automatically come up every 30 days. And then it's once they're after you've invited and they're in your follow-up section that you are personally setting the follow-up date. Is that correct?
You're personally setting the follow-up date, but when you do an invite, Teamzy will kind of auto set it to 2 days from now, just in case you forget to put them on your follow-ups list. But right then is where you can set it to anything you want.
Okay, but then if they're just in my prospects, they'll just come back up to me by themselves.
They just keep coming back based on their number rank, okay, unless you put them over on your follow-ups list.
Okay.
So I actually had somebody complain to me. They said, Mary Johnson's one of my contacts. She hasn't come up. I looked and I haven't talked to her in 3 months, and she's a 5-star. Why hasn't she come on my list? Well, it turns out that this person set a follow-up with Mary Johnson. This is a fake name, but you get the idea. And they haven't been doing their follow-ups. So the follow-up list has just been stuck still. And so she's like, why hasn't she cycled up? It's because you put her on your follow-ups list and then didn't follow up. Make sense? But you do get this little notification thing when you have follow-ups due that pops like on your phone. When you have messages, it gives you that you get that on Teamzy too. So when you have follow-ups that are red, which means they're due or past due, you have that little notification there to bother you. So you can go over there and take care of them. That makes sense. Any other questions? I'm going to look in the chat because I know you guys probably asked a couple things here.
I do.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, are the people that you're connecting with that come into your list, are they your followers on Instagram and Facebook friends? Is that how it's calculated, or how do you get those people?
Yeah, it's whoever you put in, and those are 2 lists that I would put in and connect with for sure. So when they come up and you see it's a Facebook friend, connect with them on Facebook. If you get an Instagram handle, you can go to Facebook and message them. Instagram and message them, right? Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes.
And so basically, like, all the people you're connected to now, now what you want to do is start building real relationships with them.
Okay.
Just being present. Nobody does this. Nobody actually cares about people. When you start doing it, you may get people surprised going, have you been hacked? Why are you messaging me? And so you just got to tell them, like, I just felt like, this is what I used to say. Well, we're friends on Facebook. We might as well actually have a conversation from time to time. And they're like, oh, cool. Okay, great. And so you start building that trust with people. Does that make sense? So it does make it's kind of hard for me to describe. Some of you have been using Teamzy already, so you've experienced this. People message me things all the time where they send somebody a message and it was like I got one yesterday. Somebody responded and said, thank you for your message. It seems like an amazing coincidence. I was sitting here seriously thinking about killing myself right now. And your message came in. And it's just nice to know somebody cares. She sent that to me and I was like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. Like, who knows? People just don't, it's like social media has made it so we don't actually connect. We just look in each other's windows, right? It's like we're peeking in people's windows. So we feel like we're there because we've been watching what they're doing, but we're not connecting. So when you reach through and connect personally with somebody, invest a little time, makes a huge thing. You'll see when you start doing it. I just saw this message from Chelsea. She could not get anything to work. None of my contacts would load from my customer list. And customer service is unable to help me. Okay, so Chelsea, here's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Are you on the call still?
Yeah.
Where are you?
Hi. I'm here.
Okay, I'm gonna put something up in the chat.
Okay.
I'm gonna put a link in the chat.
Okay.
For you to get a one-on-one with my director of customer experience. What she'll do, and anyone can click on this link. This isn't just like because of that, but just so you don't have to deal with any of that headache. She'll get on a Zoom one-on-one with you and take you through the whole process. So you be on your computer, you log into your back office, you be logged into Facebook, you can give her control of your computer and she'll do everything for you and get it to work.
Awesome.
Okay, and she'll restart your free trial.
Okay, thank you. And I followed the steps. I'm not an idiot. I followed the steps when you log into Teamzy, create your account, do this, download this, save this to here from Facebook and from my back office. I'm not a computer idiot. I tried to do it multiple times and it did not work.
Okay. So we'll figure out what it is that's causing
Just wanted to clarify.
I don't know. The thing is I don't think you're an idiot. I'm the worst when it comes to computer stuff. I'm amazed that I've done so much. We recently discovered, I'm a Mac user. How many of you guys use Macs? So half the group. So sometimes there's settings that you can have your computer on, right? And so when you download your Facebook file, it comes as a zip folder. Sometimes on Macs, people have a setting that's just like a default setting that it downloads the zip folder, but it doesn't give you permission to open it.
Yeah, it was some weird thing about a file, and I said it was blank, and then I don't know. And I tried it on multiple computers too, and it just would not do anything.
So we'll get it. We'll get you in, Chelsea. Just
because I do want to use it, and I just gave up because I got mad. So.
No, I relate. I'm the person who gets mad at stuff, and my wife's like, "Why are you getting mad at that?" You know. So what I would do is click that link, find a time that works for you, and just book it, and then you can get it done then.
Awesome. Thank you.
Sure thing. Let's see what else people are asking in this. If they're in your prospect or customer code, automatically come for you. Yep, automatically comes based on cycle, but you got to be using it consistently, right? Or your list won't ever move. Does that make sense? So once you get in here and start using it, then your list moves. That's the biggest thing, is that you don't have to think. It just cycles you through. Does that make sense? So when I started doing my Beachbody business, I want to just give you guys, first off, I'm not a Beachbody coach anymore. Unfortunately, I love what you guys do, but compliance wouldn't let me do Teamzy and Beachbody. You guys know about all those rules. And I wasn't going to lie and say I wasn't making money from Teamzy, so I closed my business. But when I first started this, I was excited and I was posting on Facebook and I was getting people into my challenge groups. And I just knew like I was dropping people through the cracks constantly. I just knew that I wasn't following up right. And so I was so excited to get Teamzy. I needed Teamzy. And I had known about systems like this. My team and I, we built a system for real estate agents before Teamzy, my past business life. And I knew how well that worked for people. So when I got the first version of Teamzy, it was in November of 2016. Only I had it. We released it at the end of December to everybody else. Only I had it. And I was testing it. And I went in there and I did my first power hour. And I just started connecting with people, just sending that message. And I did 43 messages in one sitting. Who uses Teamzy? Can you guys imagine what would happen if you did 43 messages at once? Like how busy you'd be? I was just so excited about it. And then I had almost 100% response rate because they were my best people, my 5 and 4-star people. And so now I have 43 conversations going in one day. It was insane. It was so busy. But I will tell you guys this. I got a personal handwritten card from Carl Deichler that month. So I was like, and that's when I was like, this thing's ready. Let's release it. People are ready to use this, and it wasn't because what I said in the message was amazing. It's because I was just making contact with people and people that I had spent years building trust with anyways. There were real relationships and they had been seeing what I was doing. They had seen my journey and now I was actually just connecting with them. So it's, that's what I want for you guys is just to have a system to follow so you can start connecting with people and start creating some momentum for your businesses. Does this make sense? Cool. All right. Any other questions? Time for bed. I got to go tuck my kids in. Okay. Well, I just want to say thank you guys for having me. I know I went long, but I got into it. I was just got to keep going with you guys. But thanks for having me. I hope it was helpful. We're excited to welcome you all to our Teamzy family. I hope you have a great night and God bless you all. And again, thanks for inviting me tonight.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon.